Dead of dark night, a cabin-like structure sits silently by. A road of packed earth loops its way round a forest lake. The smell of waste cries from the land. Trees as towers turned and stayed and mossed over. The boy grown paces the candlelit room alone, no music. A fire burns in an old grated furnace. Beside it a small wooden chair and table. On the chair sits a rawhide poncho used as a cushion. The table holds a rusted iron candelabra with but a single candle aflame and a leather notebook lying open and empty. The warm wind hushing, moving the moist rot of the decayed ground through the structure. Outside on the air, the musk of night movement of nocturnal nature cycling onward. Only slight and tacit to mother nearby, shimmering against matte soil, fur wet with birth learns to use night eyes as to know the taste of inside weaker fur and life within, ever onward. Inside he listens closely to the night, to the wind. Eyes tall and full pry from behind the violet draping of a single window. He sees nothing. He still sees nothing yet. To and fro, he will, he nill. The decision must be made. And once again back to the chair to sit, before this table to stare at the empty page set out before him, to mock him, staring crooked back after him. And as the procession sounds into the void, as they trudge up the packed soil, the smoke on smug humidity drifts and stays. The sound of wood speaking in groans as the beer shifts with the rounds in the earth. The company attempts no grunted paean or psalm to accompany the slow-moving liturgy. Bright red-orange flames from wet torches take hold of the moon's silver blues. Large napalmish snot drips drops of hot from soaked flames, while tree trunk-sized incense sticks surround the wooden catafalque, popping and hissing. Though not quite medieval, the cruelty of the vigil garb in its saturation and its simplistic elaboration speak to an intrinsic violence in death instead of the long-cherished solemnity and sacred rites to fond memories hitherto. The mock priest leads the small collection of acolytes, ornate livery blending in and standing out against the shadows, rusted thurible penduluming heavy on the chain around his sinuous neck, while chanting mumbles of homemade canticles in step to slow rhythm. Mother, father, sister, brother, hear our word, our color, taken from this world unheard and unsung. Gird thee thy power over thy sacred order, or we see thee truly and make ourselves precedent. Call this no accident that we take our own sacrament. Their prayer singing echoes of Milton, the beast cryptogenic. History vacant in his trembling hand before the page, the empty page. Slow flames from the iron furnace through the grating bounce the shadows and communicate in cryptic tongues with the single flame of the candle, telling their stories back and forth. Wood speaks and creaks as the slowness of the night races in on him, is on him. Crickets chirp rhythmic ruminations concerning romantic stridulation. A ritualistic ceremony would seem to merit enough force to conjure words from him from pen to paper, or possibly inspired to write of the prospect of entering the world of ceremonial saboteur. Or are these thoughts of revenge simply spurred on by the emptiness of this page, the pages of his mind, and his lack of time or ability to make a decision, or the reason flowing through his blood that he refuses now to pay recognition to, the reason for the late-night meetings held in depth of conversation about spirit possession and esoteric rites of passage, theological dissection of reanimation, the wooden reason that was now cold atop a beer and catafalque in slow procession toward him this very moment. His mind speeds through the blank emptiness, his childhood now coming into view, a lifetime of epics sung proudly and with a bard's precision, the shame and agony of the soft blank page. As he picks up the pen, he sees tears in the prophet's eyes as he once spoke of Argos infected with maggots, lying in waste. Without a tear in his own adult eye, he now writes a line that has repeated to himself over and over again since the night they returned together to Ithaca. He writes, shall I follow?